Welcome to The Wise Path, where we explore the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and how it can transform our relationships. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic: 7 things smart men should never do with women through the lens of Stoicism. So, let's get started. The first principle we'll explore today is the respect for autonomy. In the realm of Stoicism, autonomy is the cornerstone of personal freedom and moral responsibility. It's about recognizing and honoring the inherent self-governance that each individual possesses. For a Stoic, respecting autonomy means understanding that we are each the rulers of our own minds and the architects of our own judgments. This principle teaches us to appreciate the unique perspectives and choices of the women in our lives without imposing our will upon them. The Stoics remind us that true autonomy has little to do with external control, but everything to do with the active control one's will asserts over one's own urges and impulses. It's about self-mastery and the freedom that comes from within. So smart men, when interacting with women, do not seek to dominate or dictate. Instead, they engage with respect and a deep appreciation for the other's autonomy. They understand that a relationship is a partnership of independent equals, each with their own will and wisdom. Embracing this principle paves the way for mutual respect and understanding, forming the bedrock of any strong and healthy relationship. Stay tuned as we uncover more Stoic wisdom in our next segment. The second principle we embrace is the practice of empathy. In the Stoic tradition, empathy is not merely a passive feeling, but an active engagement with the emotional landscape of others. It's about understanding and sharing the feelings of another person, seeing the world through their eyes. To practice empathy, a Stoic man listens intently, not just to respond, but to truly comprehend the emotions and thoughts being conveyed. It's about giving space to the voices of women, acknowledging their experiences without rushing to judgment. Stoicism teaches us that empathy goes beyond surface-level compassion. It involves a rational understanding and acceptance of others' feelings without being overwhelmed by them. This balanced approach allows us to connect deeply while maintaining our inner peace. So, when a smart man practices empathy, he's not just being kind, he's cultivating a virtue that enriches both his life and the lives of those around him. He becomes a pillar of support, a source of comfort and a trusted confidant. As we move forward, remember that empathy is the bridge that connects us, making our relationships stronger and more meaningful. Join us in the next segment as we continue to explore the wisdom of Stoicism and its impact on our lives. The third principle we're exploring today is the display of integrity. In the Stoic view, integrity is the bedrock of character. It's about being whole, consistent, and true to one's ethical principles regardless of the situation. For a Stoic, displaying integrity means aligning thoughts, words, and actions with virtue. It's about doing the right thing, even when no one is watching and even when it's difficult. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This encapsulates the Stoic commitment to truth and authenticity. When it comes to relationships with women, a man of integrity acts with honesty and sincerity. He doesn't make promises he can't keep, and he doesn't pretend to be someone he's not. His actions are a reflection of his inner moral compass, and he treats others with the respect they deserve. Integrity also means taking responsibility for one's actions and their consequences. A Stoic man owns up to his mistakes and learns from them, rather than shifting blame or making excuses. By displaying integrity, a man not only earns the trust and respect of women, but also strengthens his own character. It's a principle that transcends time and remains just as relevant in our modern world as it did in ancient Greece. Join us in the next segment as we continue to delve into the Stoic principles that guide wise men in their journey through life and relationships. The fourth principle we're discussing today is embracing equality. Stoicism teaches us that every human being possesses the capacity for reason and virtue, leading to the Stoic belief in the fundamental equality of all people. A Stoic man understands that no one is superior or inferior to another. He treats women as equals, not just in words but through his actions and attitudes. This principle is rooted in the concept of the cosmopolitan city, where all humans are citizens of the world, sharing the same rights and responsibilities. The Stoics were ahead of their time, advocating for a society where everyone is given equal respect and consideration, regardless of gender, social status, or background. About fairness, it's about recognizing the inherent worth of every individual. So, in the spirit of Stoicism, a smart man sees women as partners in the journey of life. He values their insights and experiences, knowing that wisdom can come from anyone, anywhere. By embracing equality, he not only honors the dignity of others, but also enriches his own life with diverse perspectives. As we continue to explore Stoic principles, remember that equality is not just a noble ideal, it's a practical guide for building a just and compassionate world. Stay with us as we delve deeper into the wisdom of Stoicism in our next segment. Our fifth principle is maintaining composure. Stoicism isn't just about enduring. It's about thriving with equanimity in the face of life's ups and downs. It teaches us that while we cannot control external events, we can control our internal responses. The Stoics, like Epictetus, believe that it's not things that disturb us, but our interpretation of their significance. Maintaining composure means observing events objectively, without letting emotions dictate our actions. To maintain composure, Stoics recommend several practices. Accept what you cannot change, focus on the present moment, and practice gratitude. These steps help us stay centered and calm, even in difficult situations. In interactions with women, a Stoic man applies this principle by not allowing emotions to overwhelm him. He listens and communicates with clarity and calmness, providing a stable presence that fosters trust and respect. As we navigate the complexities of relationships, let's remember that maintaining composure is a sign of strength and wisdom. It allows us to approach each moment with clarity and purpose. Join us in the next segment as we continue our journey through Stoic principles. Moving on to our sixth principle, we delve into the virtue of self-sufficiency. Stoicism places great emphasis on the inner fortress of the self, teaching us to rely on our own resources and virtues for fulfillment. Self-sufficiency is the ultimate Stoic virtue. It's about assigning proper value to things and maintaining focus on what's within our control. It's the foundation from which all other virtues stem, allowing us to be flexible, independent, and strong. Epictetus famously said, "If a person gave away your body to some passerby, you'd be furious, yet you hand over your mind to anyone who comes along, so they may abuse you, leaving it disturbed and troubled. Have you no shame in that?" This highlights the importance of guarding our self-sufficiency above all else. In the context of relationships, a Stoic man does not seek validation or happiness from women. Instead, he cultivates his own virtues, character, and integrity. He finds contentment within himself, which in turn makes him a more grounded and reliable partner. By focusing on self-improvement and personal growth, we increase our capacity to contribute positively to the world and to our relationships. Self-sufficiency isn't about isolation. It's about being so internally complete that we can freely give to others without losing ourselves. As we embrace self-sufficiency, we become less reliant on external validation and more capable of providing genuine support and love. Join us in the next segment as we continue to explore the profound principles of Stoicism. Our seventh principle is about moderation, specifically avoiding excessive pleasure. Stoicism teaches us that while pleasure is a natural part of life, it should not become our master. The pursuit of pleasure, when it becomes excessive, can lead to a loss of self-control and distract us from what truly matters, our character and virtue. Seneca warned, "Pleasure, unless it be moderate, becomes a punishment." This doesn't mean Stoics are against joy or happiness. On the contrary, they find deep satisfaction in the simple pleasures that align with a virtuous life. It's about enjoying life's offerings without becoming dependent on them for our happiness. In relationships, this principle guides a Stoic man to seek meaningful connections rather than fleeting pleasures. He values the depth and quality of his interactions with women rather than the quantity or intensity of momentary delights. By practicing moderation, we maintain our freedom and autonomy. We avoid the pitfalls of excess and keep our focus on the pursuit of a good life, a life rich with purpose, virtue, and genuine contentment. As we conclude this segment, let's remember that the Stoic path is one of balance and wisdom. Embrace the simple joys, but never let them control you. Stay tuned for our final principle in the next segment of our journey through Stoicism. These 7 principles are not just guidelines for interacting with women. They're a blueprint for living a virtuous life. By embodying these Stoic ideals, men can foster healthier, happier, and more fulfilling relationships. Thank you for joining us on The Wise Path. Until next time, live wisely and live well.